Welcome everyone to Season 5 of Skyblock Sun. This is now Skyblocky / MCHub. They're kind of merging everything together. So if you know Skyblocky, it's the same thing. If you know MCHub, that's the new region. It used to be Skyblocky, but it's still named the same for both, so you can use those interchangeable. Anyway, welcome to Season 5. Things have kind of changed. This is the crates area where you get all the uses of your voting crates and any of the item keys that you get from vote parties or when you vote. You can jump down and go to PvP in this area, but they've changed this up. So this is another area that has changed for the new season, but thought I'd show it off, but also give a little change of what to do in a new season. What do you do when you start it out? Look at all these people already playing on the new season, but let's check out what you should do in the first 12 hours of your session on Season 5 of Skyblock Sun. So the first thing that you're going to get when you join is you'll set up your island, so /is start. There's going to be a guy at the start as well that you can go to check things out. When you join for the first time, you'll have all the same options, and as usual, you'll be able to create your island. Like the last season, you're not starting with an island that you get to choose. I missed being able to select the one with Moo. Miss Moo. But you get the new setup that they have now for the islands, where you're given a little mining thing instead of cobblestone generating your ores. So let's check that out. So here are your new pals on the new island that you get. You start with an already kind of like built out island. This part I don't like too much, but it's still part of the new thing. You can still build some stuff around, and I'll show you what I've done to start out in the first 12 hours that I started. But you do need this island level guy. You spend money to make sure that your levels are up and running. Island manager will help kind of secure what things you need for your setup. You can do that off of the normal means by doing /island settings as well. But now you've got your cave explorer guy back here as well. All of your mining robots are now associated to him, and all the resources that get mined by these robots are bringing all the items to him and then go back to mining. So the more robots you get, the more you end up getting the resources brought there, and you yourself can start mining the resources on the wall. You'll start with a few premium resources, but you'll end up having coal for the most part until you level up your cave level as well as your basic levels. And how do you level up your cave? Well, you level up your island. So now you'll end up having these island levels that you need to upgrade, and it costs money. So as you can see at this point, I've gained up to level 44. I'll give you some secrets on how I've gotten up to that in 12 hours, but this can go all the way up to 500, and it gets more and more expensive. Just the next one is 10 million, but you can see that you can use the mining resources as well to pay for your costs for stuff. So you can do a bit of early leveling for that, but you'll see a bunch of stats that'll go up. And so you'll see that I have cave level 5. To see the different stats for the caves, you go see the gentleman in the cave. Otherwise, all the breakdown generally helps you here. What's great about this season, and this was in the last season as well, is the power boost was an issue with regards to the generators, and a lot of people were not using them. The generators are still fairly important now, and there's ways to gain resources and fuel for those, but you also get passive power boost when you upgrade your island. So if you're not ready to get a bunch of generators yet, don't worry about it. You could start using that to up things, and this will also help with your power multiplier, and as well as other things that you'll be using, like how many robots you're allowed, how many multipliers you get for selling, stuff like that. This is good to work as a focus on how to move forward. There are certain blocks within the mine that you're not going to be able to break. So this is just an example of one of the blocks that you're not able to break, and these are locked in, then that's fine. There are items though just outside that you're able to, and if you're someone like me who wants to have their things designed a little bit more on what you want, well, that's what you can do, is just dig out the areas that you do want, make sure that it's not locked into any of the ones that are in regards to the cave itself, and you should be able to continue building what you need. One thing I started with, and it's something that a lot of you should be doing, is getting a garden started. And this is within a chunk. So you'll see that this one's perfectly within one chunk, and I've got several of them in that same chunk, and I've built down over time as I've needed more, and I can continue building down just all the way to the bottom, but then I can also go all the way to the top as high as possible that I need. And the reason why I've done that is I was able to get some crop hoppers. The crop hoppers are the specific hoppers that pick up any crops that get picked up when you gather these up. And this is going to be very useful so that all the items end up going into a specific chest rather than just kind of going all about. So this is good. And the reason why you want to get these started is, as always, you want to get your island upgraded. So you go to your upgrades and you'll see that there are items to focus on that you need to work on to gain benefits. So you'll see already that within 12 hours, I got the first 2 levels, and what they were is wheat and they were carrots. So carrots is already good because you can get those in the PvE area. It's actually a really good place to just get that out of the way and get some money, early money as well. But you still have to deal with the wheat one. And so what do you need to do? Well, you got to plant wheat. So you have to get some. One quick tip, especially for those who don't have too much money, if you want starting wheat, there is grass everywhere in the area. And what you can do is just pick up the grass and you'll end up getting a few seeds sometimes. Sometimes you won't be able to get all the grass, but you'll see that I've cleaned up all of the grass in this area, and I ended up getting a few seeds when clearing it up, and that ended up getting me, boom, right there. I ended up getting me the seeds that I needed to start the wheat farm without having to spend anything from the shop. Not that it's too expensive to start, and you can just grow a little bit until you get enough that you need for a whole chunk. But if you're not someone that has too many gold right now to spend, that's a quick seed that you can grab and you get your wheat started. And then your carrots, you can grab some from the PvE area. And if there's not too many people, just grab the carrots from there. Otherwise, go for the putting the carrots here and mining it. You'll notice that I've also have a few robots already. I didn't purchase any of these. These are from the quests. So again, these are tips that I've mentioned before. Make sure to look at those quests. There are a few easy ones to do. Let's take a look at it. There's 2 that I've completed already, and one of those already dealing with wheat, and one was the cobblestone, and look what it did. It gave me the iron farmer robot and an iron miner robot, as well as some shards and a small credit pouch. So work on these quests as well, and you'll see that there's a bunch of active ones as well. The next one that I have to do is kill 75 skeletons. A lot of people don't read the quest. Go to PvE. There is no mob spawners for skeleton. You just have to kill the ones in the PvE area. When you spawn in PvE, go to your left and follow the path to the left. You'll reach the area where you have all the skeletons, and then you'll be able to grab those. A lot of people are there. They can get fast, quick on you, so just be sure that you've got your kit and make sure that you're going. Speaking of which, a lot of people are talking about, oh, I've lost all my items when I got killed in the PvE or PvP area. Remember that even if you have no rank at all, use /kit. Those will have a basic gear every hour, and then if you've got any of the titles, you'll be able to use any of the kits after 24 hours. Those are great because they give you resources that you can start using, as well as armor or kits that you can use either for yourself for backup or use for trading for other early items that you need. Speaking of early items, the items that I needed really quickly, I ended up getting at the auction house. Make sure to take a look at it. If there's not much items at the moment, if we take a look at it now, there might be a few more, but yeah, this was not that full before. But you'll notice that some people are already trying to sell keys. They're trying to sell crop hoppers, and fairly decent prices at this time, which is really good if you're looking to start things out. I would say, especially for the farming, get some crop hoppers. They are very useful and really good for moving forward. All of them are really useful. Make sure to utilize them as much as possible and get those so that the crop hoppers themselves will help you. And you'll see that I've put them within the chunk. This helps with the farming. It'll help you with your island growth. It'll help you with getting some starting capital. What's the next thing you should do? Well, focus on your gear. You'll see that I already have my basic gear, but you'll see I have a hoe. Yes, let's get the jokes out of the way. I have a farming hoe that already has green thumb. This is one of the enchantments that I would like to work on really quickly, because as soon as it's maxed out to the point where it replants anything from the gardens, I never have to replant them. That's my biggest pet peeve, is trying to replant all this stuff. Once this is at the level that I need, it works really well. The other one is getting inquisitive up when my sword use, and then also getting sharpness up so that I can kill the mobs. Well, why do I want those up? Well, that's simple. You need to grind some experience. Why do you need experience? It's what you use to enchant your gear. It is very important to get some gear enchanted so that you can be more efficient. So here I'm getting green thumb. I have the farming hoe that is enchanted up to 46, which gives me 23% replant. I could get this up to a point where I'll be able to do this at 100%, and that's going to be extremely useful. The next one I'm going to get afterwards is crop drill. It's not sized properly here, but what this will do is it'll start taking out everything in a line, so you're able to farm much faster. And then later on, you're going to end up getting melons and pumpkins that you're going to need. So this is going to be another one as well. The other ones I haven't used yet, but these are a tool that I feel that is important for when you're dealing through farming, and especially when you're getting the netherworths later on, which is what gives one of the most money, and you want to get it done quickly. That's worth going through. The next one is your sword. Make sure that it's sharp enough to kill enemies in one swoop for grinding. That's the ones that get spawned from the spawners. Here I've got the sheep spawner right here. The other one that's really important is inquisitive. That gets you more experience. It's usually the one that gets upped the most. Lastly, one enchantment that's come up is shard collector. This is one that got popularized by Finster in one of his videos, but it is still useful when you're mining or grinding anything with your pickaxe, that this will be very useful in getting extra shards. Shards are useful for getting robots from the S shop or the shard shop, as well as being able to use that for trading. You'll have other options as well to speed things up, but this is one that has come up to gain a good chunk of shards while you're doing other things as well when mining. So this one's a useful one as well. I haven't fully used this one as much. My first two go-tos really is green thumb and getting the farming hoe up and running, as well as my sharpness and inquisitive working on my sword so I can get as much experience as possible. But you'll notice that all I got is a sheep spawner. Well, they don't give that much experience, but you know what gives a lot of experience? A good amount of experience? Loads of experience? Blaze spawners. The blaze spawners are the ones that end up giving the most experience, and the rods, if you are able to pick them up, give a decent amount of money as well. Well, I don't have any, so what do? Well, you're in luck, because there are loads of other location and islands that are open that do have spawners up and running. You might have to fight with other people using that spawner as well, but that's a good way to get the enemies that you need out of the way for your island upgrades. It's like dolphins, or if you don't want to deal with buying the panda spawner, we'll just deal with the pandas somewhere else and then get those out of the way. But also for experience, you can deal with the blaze spawners, and those are really useful, and there's a reason they're useful. Everyone needs experience and enchantment and items. So what do? Well, if you've got time on your hands, if you're willing to not AFK, but actually grind and get the items, the experience that you need, get yourself your sword sharp enough to kill the blaze as quickly as possible, and then start building up the inquisitive on it and gain those experience. Why is that important? Well, everyone will buy it in the auction house. You'll see that there are already people that are selling their experience 10,000 a pop at high numbers. Some of these are a little higher than I expect, but you could play with the market and go, well, if someone's willing to spend 100 million on 50,000, that means maybe if I have 25,000 experience, I can go 50 million if I'm willing to wait. Or what I can do is sell it for 35 million and end up getting a quick return, but then take a look at other ones as well and see if it fits in the area. But you could probably spend maybe half an hour grinding some experience and selling it and getting a few million. And what do? Well, you can buy your other items that you need on the auction house, or you could start upgrading your island. Those were the things that I ended up doing the first 12 hours of playing the new season of Skyblocky Sun. I ended up building my farms, getting it up and running, getting some of the starting resources that I needed, getting a few quests done so that I could get skills and get quest resources done, and make sure that I have a good start to my island. The reason why is we're going to try something different this season. I'm going to rope my sibling into this. That's right, Mort's going to help me this season. Yay! What does that mean? Well, we'll see how fast and how big we can get with 2 people instead of just 1. I know I mentioned that I wanted to get a group up. We were able to get some time so that we can do more content, and this is going to be one of those items that we're going to do once in a while. Expect us either with small videos to see where we're at or see how we're doing in a live session. That's right. If you want to check us out, we're probably going to do some grinding or some chatting, being goofballs as we are, and go from there. So be sure to check us out. If you haven't already done so, like, subscribe, and don't forget to add comments. Let us know what you're looking for. What kind of content you think the 2 of us can do. We do have some plans on other contents that are coming up. We're finishing some leftover stuff that we've had, but we're looking at new content that's starting up at the end of this year and going into the new year, 2022. Woo! So expect some more stuff from us, and we're looking to keep running our Skyblock Island. Let's keep going and see where we're at. That's all I've got for today. I hope this information is quick to give you an idea that, like, even within 12 hours, you can get quite a lot done and get yourself advanced and moving forward effectively. If you have got any other questions or you just want to say hi, make sure to leave a comment and subscribe. Also, last but not least, do the votes on the Skyblocky. Those are going to get you the keys that you need. You can get unique items from that. Very useful. Do it. One of the links doesn't work. It's sad, but it's very useful. Make sure to vote so that you can get the vote party keys as well, and that'll help you out. But otherwise, talk to you later. See you on the islands, and hit me up with comments and subscribes. Thanks. Woo!